Tom Jones, born Thomas John Woodward on June 7, 1940, in Pontypridd, a small industrial town in South Wales, has lived a life of music, fame, and personal reflection. Raised in a working-class Welsh family, Jones exhibited a passion for singing from a young age. He would often perform at family gatherings and in local clubs, where his powerful baritone voice and magnetic stage presence began to attract attention. Despite his early life being marked by hardship, including a battle with tuberculosis as a child and leaving school at 15 to work manual labor jobs, Jones's love for music remained his lifeline and guiding force. In 1965, Tom Jones's breakthrough came with the release of his hit single, "It's Not Unusual." The song, with its infectious melody and swinging brass arrangement, launched Jones into international fame almost overnight. His soulful delivery and remarkable vocal power set him apart, showcasing a style and versatility that would define his long and illustrious career. This success led to a string of iconic hits throughout the 1960s and 1970s, including Delilah, Green Green Grass of Home, What's New Pussycat, and She's a Lady. These songs not only topped charts worldwide, but also cemented Jones's place in the pantheon of global pop superstars. Jones became known for his dynamic live performances, with high-energy shows that captivated audiences. His swagger, signature hip thrusts, and impassioned vocals were part of the unforgettable experience that fans flocked to see. His Las Vegas residencies in the late 1960s and 1970s enhanced his reputation as a showman with near-superhuman vocal endurance. These performances attracted celebrities, dignitaries, and die-hard fans from all over the world. Jones's ability to connect with audiences of all ages made him a beloved figure in the entertainment world. A versatile artist, exploring different genres. Beyond his success in pop music, Tom Jones proved himself to be a musical chameleon. He seamlessly ventured into soul, R&B, country, gospel, and even rock, earning respect from across the music industry. His collaborations with legends like Janis Joplin, Aretha Franklin, and later contemporary artists such as W.F. Jean and Jack White showed his ability to evolve and push the boundaries of his art. His 1988 duet with Art of Noise on a bold reimagining of Prince's Kiss reintroduced him to a younger generation, proving his appeal was truly multi-generational. The 1990s and 2000s brought further acclaim as Jones enjoyed a renaissance with albums like Reload, 1999, which featured duets with younger artists, and Praise and Blame, 2010, a stripped-back, gospel-infused album that earned widespread critical praise. His late career output showcased a raw, emotionally resonant side to his voice, revealing layers of depth and wisdom that could only come with age. Critics who once dismissed him as a novelty or a mere showman began to recognize him as one of the greatest vocalists of his era, an artist whose voice had only grown in power and expressiveness over time. Staying grounded, the Welsh roots and personal life. Despite decades of international fame, Tom Jones has remained deeply grounded and humble. He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 2006 for his services to music, an honor he accepted with immense pride. Throughout his career, Jones has often spoken about his Welsh roots and the unwavering support of his late wife, Linda, who passed away in 2016 after a battle with cancer. Jones credits his success to the support of his global fan base and to his family's strength. Jones's marriage to his childhood sweetheart, Linda Trenchard, began on March 2, 1957, and lasted nearly 6 decades, a testament to their enduring love. The couple, deeply rooted in the values of their tight-knit Welsh community, married when they were just 16 years old, due to an unplanned pregnancy. Shortly after their wedding, Linda gave birth to their only child, a son named Mark Woodward. Mark played an instrumental role in Tom's career, eventually becoming his father's manager and supporting the family in the early years before fame and fortune took hold. Despite his meteoric rise to fame, Jones's personal life was often marked by intense public scrutiny. His marriage endured numerous challenges, including well-publicized infidelities and alleged affairs, many of which occurred during his time as one of the world's most desirable entertainers. Linda, known for her preference for privacy and her strong-willed personality, chose to remain out of the spotlight. Friends and biographers often described her as Tom's emotional anchor, a quiet strength in the midst of the storm that was his turbulent personal life. Personal tragedies and transformations. Following Linda's death in 2016, Jones was devastated. He made the decision to sell the couple's longtime home in Los Angeles, a luxurious mansion where they had lived for decades. He kept only the most sentimental items, including family photographs, before relocating to the UK. Tom settled into a much smaller apartment in London, marking the end of a significant chapter in his life. The move symbolized a profound personal transformation as he began to reflect on his life, legacy, and the personal cost of fame. Jones's peak years in the 1960s and 1970s made him one of the most sexually charismatic performers of his generation. He openly admitted to having numerous romantic entanglements during that time. In interviews, he candidly spoke about his prolific romantic life, claiming to have been with as many as 250 groupies a year during his heyday. He also acknowledged high-profile affairs with prominent women in entertainment, including Mary Wilson of the Supremes and television personality Charlotte Laws. One of the more controversial stories from Jones's past was his brief affair with model Catherine Berkery in the late 1980s, which led to a legal battle over paternity. The U.S. court ruled in 1989 that Jones was the father of Berkery's son, Jonathan, though Jones initially denied the paternity. It wasn't until 2008 that he publicly acknowledged Jonathan as his biological son. Despite this acknowledgement, Jones has expressed no desire to build a relationship with Jonathan, which has remained a source of sadness and controversy. A candid reflection on Elvis Presley. Now, at 85, Tom Jones has begun to speak more candidly about the personal experiences and friendships that have shaped his life. One of the most significant relationships he reflects on is his friendship with Elvis Presley. In recent interviews, Jones has offered unfiltered insights into his connection with the king of rock and roll, shedding light on their deep personal bond and peeling away the myths and speculations that have surrounded their friendship for decades. Tom and Elvis first met in the mid-1960s at the height of their respective careers. While Jones was making waves in the pop world with hits like It's Not Unusual and What's New, Pussycat, Elvis was transitioning from Hollywood films back to live performances, aiming to reclaim his musical dominance. The two men, both magnetic performers with powerful voices, developed a mutual admiration that quickly blossomed into a genuine friendship. Jones recalls vividly their first meeting, when Elvis walked into a room, grinned, and began singing one of Tom's songs back to him. What started as admiration turned into something much deeper, with the two men bonding over shared experiences growing up in working-class families, their complicated relationships with fame, and their struggles to stay grounded in an industry that sought to isolate them. Jones speaks with affection and humor about Elvis's quirks, his love of martial arts, his spontaneous late-night visits, and his generosity. He fondly remembers how Elvis once arrived at his hotel suite at 3 a.m. just to sing gospel songs and reminisce about their childhood dreams. But as their friendship deepened, so did their understanding of the darker side of Elvis's life, especially his struggles with addiction and declining health. In his younger years, Jones was reluctant to speak openly about Elvis's decline, out of respect for the Presley family. But as he reflects on those times now, he speaks with regret about not doing more to help Elvis during his darkest moments. He recalls pleading with Elvis to slow down and take care of his health, but Elvis, ever proud, dismissed his concerns with a laugh, insisting that he was fine. The last time Tom saw Elvis alive was in 1976, just a year before Presley's death. Jones remembers Elvis looking tired and heavy, not just physically but emotionally as well, his eyes carrying a sadness that was impossible to ignore. When news of Elvis's death broke in 1977, Jones was devastated. He was on tour at the time, but he canceled a show to grieve privately. Losing Elvis, he said, felt like losing a brother. For years, Tom kept his emotions around Elvis's death close to his chest. But in his later years, he's chosen to share his memories and the lessons he learned from that friendship. The importance of truth. Tom Jones's legacy. Tom Jones has said that at 85, he's come to realize that truth is the most important legacy one can leave behind. By speaking openly about his own life, including his struggles, his regrets, and his moments of triumph, he hopes to inspire others to embrace their humanity, flaws and all. Through his music and his honesty, Jones has become an emblem of resilience, constantly evolving while staying true to his roots. As he continues to perform with the same passion that has defined his career, Tom Jones carries the memory of Elvis with him on every stage, using his voice to honor not just his own journey, but the friendships and lessons that shaped him along the way.